Good Mom and Monday.
You're here at the Mistake Mama podcast. I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Mandee.
And we are your hosts.
This week we are going to be talking about Easter.
Easter.
I'm not sure if this comes out on Easter's a Sunday, so maybe it comes out right after.
I think it's the next day.
Okay.
So I think Easter was yesterday.
So happy day late Easter. But first, wins, fails, and books.
Yes.
Let's start with your fail.
Yes. I'm so tired. My husband worked the night shift last night, and whenever he has like a night shift, and he doesn't work the next day, we try to have like a little sleepover in mom's bed. We have a king size bed, so all three of the kids can fit in there just fine.
Yeah.
However, last night, nobody was having it.
Oh no.
Everybody was just like chaotic. Damon wouldn't shut up. Anna and Ellie were playing in the bed. Ellie was like, I want milk, but then she would like play and like it was just a hot mess. Damon ended up just like passing out before I even got a chance to give him like a hug and a kiss goodnight. And I was just like, well, okay, good night.
See you in the morning.
But then Anna and Ellie kept playing, and then whatever. I finally got Ellie to go to sleep. Anna stayed awake for way too long.
Oh no.
And then at around 1 a.m., give or take, Ellie woke up and started playing.
Oh,
and then wanted a diaper change. I was like, whatever, fine, I'll give you a diaper change. Change your diaper. I was able to kind of get a little bit of shut-eye, but I could still like hear her playing in the bed.
Yep.
And then she wanted another diaper change. And I was like, no. I just put another diaper on you. You are fine. And it's not like it's like disposables. Like these are cloth diapers. So like I had to specifically stuff it for nighttime.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going back out to the living room to grab more diaper stuff. You are fine.
Right.
If it was a Sposy, maybe, but no.
Right.
And so she just played until like 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, no.
And then she finally fell asleep. And then what happens around 4:15? Damon wakes up.
Because of course. And he was just like, I had turned the TV on, and then he would be like talking to the TV. Like, you know how like a lot of kid shows would be like, say this. And then he'd say it, and I'd be like, Damon, you can't say it that loud. You're going to wake up everybody else.
So I turned off their show. I turned on one of mine because I was like, clearly I'm going to be awake, whatever.
Right.
Damon, for whatever reason, was like, this is interesting. I'm going to watch this. I'm like, oh my God.
That's the worst.
Go to sleep. Please go to sleep. So I didn't get very much sleep last night. So I'm tired. But my husband's also tired because he worked a night shift last night. So as soon as I'm done recording this, guess who gets to go home and deal with the kids so that he can sleep for a little while? This girl.
Maybe it's a movie day.
It's a
dreary day. So
it is.
It's movie day. You try to catch a nap on the couch.
Movie, lots of coffee. You try to sleep.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's a fail.
That's a fail.
That's a fail.
On the win side, though, last night, because it was a call-in, he got like called in for his shift.
Yeah.
It was overtime, which is great. Because of the way like their overtime works, there's almost always an availability for overtime, and because not everybody wants to work overtime, they're really grateful when somebody is like agrees to come in, and they will let you come in pretty much whenever. Yeah. You could come in at 2 a.m. when the shift ends at 6:30, and they'd probably still be grateful that you showed up at all.
They're like, we just need help.
Yeah. And so he was able to be like, I'm going to eat dinner with my kids and help them get ready for bed and whatnot, and then I'll be in. And they were just like, yep, cool, see you then. So he ended up staying, and he got like all their toothbrushes set up, got their nighttime diapers set up, all their like whatever. He got all of that set up for me. I didn't even realize he had done that.
Yeah.
And he like said the goodnights right there with the kids before he left. And I went to go tell Anna to do like to get the toothbrushes and stuff. And he goes, oh, I already did all that for you. Diapers are over here. And I was like, oh, thank you.
It's so nice when they think of the like the mental stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, it made me
so like, wait,
happy.
I don't have to think about that.
Yeah.
Even though I already kind of was, but it's done.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Oh, yes. It was so nice. It was just like, oh, thank you. You took just
even though it wasn't a lot, like I can handle that.
Right.
It was just a little bit off my plate.
At night though, it's a lot. At least for me, I get so like I'm done.
Yes.
Done with the day. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's helpful.
Yes. So that was my fail, and then my win, all both kind of related to each other.
Yeah. My fail is funny.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm gonna take a sip of this before you give it to the funny.
Okay. I don't even know how to lead up to this. We broke our bed frame.
Okay.
And that's the fail.
I mean, I'm immediately going into one direction.
You're in the right direction.
For some reason, all I'm imagining right now, and I mean, I don't want to be imagining you guys having sex, but I'm just imagining like the Twilight scene where he just breaks that board. Like that's what I'm imagining right now, is just that aggression.
That would have been honestly nice if that part broke. No, it was the middle support beam.
Oh God.
And we got our bed frame from Article. And
which I love Article.
Love Article. Well, when we put this bed frame together, there was a very specific bold capital letter warning to move the bed. Like if you have to move the bed, you need 2 people and to move it evenly, or it can bend the middle thing. Well, remember how we have the sidecar bed for Maverick? Well, I'm constantly having to push the bed against there because it'll get like a little bit gapped. And so I constantly am pushing it. And so over time it has bent the bar. So then when we were having adult time, it was like the straw that broke the camel's back.
That is too funny.
Yeah.
That sucks though, because Article stuff is not cheap.
No. And I called them seeing if we could just get that part. And they said, right now, we unfortunately do not sell separate parts. So we have no bed frame. We have a floor bed right now.
Oh, man. And you guys just recently got that.
Like 2.5, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Not long at all.
Because when we moved down here, you guys still had the
log
queen.
Yep. So
that sucks.
I'm hoping that we can kind of jimmy something up. But we had to take it out of there because it was like 5:00. And I was like, there's no way we're going to come up with a solution by the time everybody's going to bed.
Yeah.
So we took it apart and we have a floor bed, which was kind of nice because we were able to like sweep, mop everything underneath the bed and everything. And so our room was really, really clean. It is still really, really clean. But
that's funny.
Yeah. And the bar is like bent. Because at first we thought, oh, well, it just like came apart. And then we were trying to put it together and I'm like, no, you need to straighten out your side. And he's like, no, you need to straighten out your side. And I'm like, this is causing so much chaos. So we took the whole thing apart and we're just going to like start from the get-go and we pull it out and the bar is literally a C. And I was like, oh my God. And it was from, because, okay, Maverick's bed's over here. I don't know if this is going to make sense on the thing because we're backwards on the whatever.
People listening are just like, the fuck?
Yeah, Maverick's bed's right here. Our bed, this is where I've been pushing it. So the bar was bent like this because I've been pushing it.
Oh, yeah. I see.
So that was my fail.
Fun.
I mean, it was.
Oh my God. That is too funny. That is so funny.
Yeah. Okay, and we can cut this part out because maybe it's a little too in depth of what was happening, but I want to tell you.
Okay.
So we were obviously having sex.
Yeah.
And it like, we both could feel that the bed was starting to like give a little. And like, it was like, kind of like a creak, like a slow creak before like an avalanche. And we're both like, is the bed breaking? And we're literally in the middle of it. And I was like, I think so. It's fine, whatever. And then it proceeds to break. It doesn't really drop any. It just kind of like sag, kind of. And then we're still in the middle of it. So we were like, well, we'll deal with it in a minute. So we had to wrap it up and had to fix it.
Oh, that is too funny.
It was pretty funny.
Oh, God.
We were laughing about it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. As soon as you said you broke the bed, I was just like, this is a story.
I even, like, right after we were done and we were fixing it, I was like, well, I know what my fail is.
That is so funny. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Good times. Good times.
Oh, that's great.
When is we just had some really nice weather. Now, not so much.
Yeah, it's like fucking trying to hail.
Yeah.
What was
trying
it,
to
2 days ago or something?
Yeah, it was hailing like 2 days ago. Now it was trying to snow this morning. It's cold. Mm-hmm. It's wet. It's rainy. But just, 4 days ago? 5 days ago? We had like 3 or 4 days of sunshine. Yeah. It was nice.
Go outside, go on a walk, whatever. Just like outside time. You can go out in like just a short sleeve shirt and be fine.
Yep. We walked to the park 3 times. Mm-hmm. And we got some of our garden stuff situated. We pruned our cherry tree. Michael got a chance to mow. We were just cleaning up, doing all outside stuff. And we were both like, oh, spring is here. Nice. It's gone.
And then now it's like, no, it's still Oregon winter.
Yeah. So there's another fail, isn't it? The weather is gone and crappy again.
Wait, wasn't that supposed to be a win?
It was. The win was that it was good.
Oh, okay.
The other fail is that it's now shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got any books?
I'm reading, what's the 4th one? Frost and Starlight?
The skinny one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Something like that. I'm reading that one. I'm almost done with it.
Of A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yes, sorry. I knew you
thought I would throw that in there.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm still on the first book of the...
Oh, yeah.
Crave series. That's what it is.
What was I thinking? Chosen series. Is that one of the books?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Crave series is the correct series, though.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't made a bunch of progress on it. Mm-hmm. We've just been super busy. I guess one win, Anna joined Girl Scouts.
Oh, yeah.
That has been part of the reason why we've been busy.
Michael said we're going to look, by the way, and then order from you guys.
Okay.
I saw that you posted the...
I have the thing on my computer if you wanted to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she joined Girl Scouts. We reached out to like a local troop or whatever. Mm-hmm. And we got to do like a visit to one of their meetings to kind of like see what it was. I got to be in there. Mm-hmm. And then Anna loved it. Yeah. And she made a couple of friends. And so we decided to put her in it. We thought it was going to be too late for her to join Cookies. Turns out it wasn't. So she...
Yeah, because I've been seeing them around town. I haven't bought anything. So I'm really glad that I didn't because now...
Oh, good.
Yeah. Now I can buy from her.
Yes. I'm not going to put her link or anything on this only because her link has like our troop number and that has our town. Right. So I will not be doing that. So if you guys hear this and you're like, oh, I want to buy from her. Sorry,
you can't.
You cannot.
You can support other Girl Scouts in your area.
If you don't have any Girl Scouts in your area that you want to support, look into Troop 6000. It is it's the New York City homeless.
Oh.
And whatever troop. It's for kids who are in temporary housing.
That's really cool.
I know.
That's really cool.
I think it's really cool. And the program, like the way that like their cookie sales and stuff go, is it doesn't go to like normal Girl Scout stuff. I mean, it does to some extent. But it also helps them get into permanent housing.
Oh, that's really cool.
I think so.
I like
too.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so if you need to support somebody, you want to, Troop 6000.
There we go. I wasn't like in Girl Scouts, but I had a friend who was. Mm-hmm. And you could always bring a friend. So like the times that I would go over to her house or stay at her house that we would go. And I ended up going with them on a like camping trip.
Oh, that's cool.
That they did. Yeah.
Very cool.
I don't know why I never actually got involved.
Mm-hmm. I was never a Girl Scout, but my husband was a Cub Scout.
Okay.
And so,
yeah.
We have scouting in our family
yeah.
in some degree.
I think it's a good thing to put kids in.
Mm-hmm. I agree. She's enjoying it so far. She has her first she's officially a registered Girl Scout on Monday.
That's awesome.
So she's excited. She's
Congratulations,
happy. Yes. She's so happy. Okay. Into the episode. Easter.
Or Esther. If you go into the, is that what it is? Esther?
I think so.
If you go into the
way back origins of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think
fertility goddess.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're correct.
Yeah. I don't celebrate Easter for any religious
reasons. Yeah, us either. We've always just done like the little Easter basket. They'll go on a little Easter egg hunt around the house or outside or wherever, wherever it works. And then they enjoy the candy and little stuffies or whatever they get. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do about the same thing. When I was little, we would go to like the big, every town has like a big Easter egg hunt. And we would do those. And I remember when I was really little and still living in Washington, my mom's grandpa, I think it was, we would always have something at his house. Like all us girls, we would wear like the fancy Easter dresses and we would all go over there and he would have like a big Easter egg hunt. He had a huge yard.
That's cool.
And we would do it there. That was a long time ago. That just really brought back a lot of memories.
Aw.
But yeah, I forgot that was even related to Easter.
Aw, that's sweet.
Yeah.
I think when I was a kid, we would always do like the vinegar Easter egg, whatever.
Yep.
My family, like, the family that I've created, we have not.
Excuse you.
My voice was. We have not done that yet. We haven't decided if we're gonna do that or not.
Okay.
Or just do like the plastic eggs all the time. Mostly just because hard-boiled eggs tend not to get eaten very much in our house.
Right.
And so it's like, that would be very wasteful.
Yeah.
But growing up, we did. My grandma would come over and we'd, do all this stuff. You'd draw on it with the little white crayon or whatever, the clear, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And we'd go back and forth between either our house or her house, depending on the year or whatever. Same thing, going outside and doing the Easter egg hunt and all of that. And we always had like the little Easter baskets.
Yeah. I think Maverick's done the colored Easter egg thing now twice. I did it for him when he turned 1 and 2. Yeah, I did it both years.
Gotcha.
But we went to my mom's house because the first year we weren't eating eggs at all in the house.
Right.
And I was like, I'm not going to color eggs to then literally not eat them. And then we don't really eat a lot of hard-boiled eggs, and my mom does.
Oh.
So it just makes sense for us to go over there and just color her eggs for her, and then she just eats them throughout the week.
I mean, makes sense. I like a hard-boiled egg, like put in like a salad or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's still maybe like 2.
Right.
And I don't.
You don't
really
want to do like
otherwise.
2 dozen eggs.
Yeah.
That are hard-boiled that you're
and then
not
when you
gonna
have
eat.
a bunch of kids trying to do it, and then you have a million of them.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. Growing up, my stepdad would eat them, and so it was fine, and we would eat them on occasion. I think we would normally do a dozen eggs.
Yeah.
That's what we would do. Because my grandma liked them too.
I think my mom did. I think both times we did like the 18 pack or whatever.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, it's really good too if you like egg salad sandwiches.
My dad does.
I like egg salad sandwiches.
Yeah.
Because then you can use them, and then you get kind of sometimes colorful egg salad sandwiches.
Right. Yeah.
If the ink goes in there a little bit.
I think it's a lot of fun though. And now there's so many different kits.
Oh yeah.
Like wild things that you can do.
Wild.
There's ones that you can just do like stickers too. I think we tried to do that, but they don't stick very good on the eggs.
They don't, because I mean stickers are flat, eggs are not.
Yeah, and they're not very sticky.
No.
And eggs are kind of like a weird
very weird gritty texture almost on the outside.
So they're almost like a wall but grittier.
Yeah.
And so stickers just don't stick well to that.
Yeah. This thing is a good example of that.
Yeah.
It's stuck to the wall. But we can tell that there are spots that are not stuck to the wall.
Yes.
But I would say that Easter was always one of my because I mean, you have 3 really big holidays all in one very close, just boom, boom, boom with Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
Yes.
And so Easter coming a few months later is kind of like a nice, because usually you'd get like a gift of some
right.
kind.
My mom would always do the Easter baskets.
Yep. And growing up, so I don't know what yours is, we would always get like the chocolate bunny. We'd get, the little chocolate eggs.
Oh, yeah.
We would all get one outfit.
Okay.
And usually like a stuffy or a toy or something. Sometimes I'd get like little Claire's jewelry, stuff like that.
That's kind of, I mean, what the hell?
Your throat's like, hi.
That's kind of what my mom would do
But then she started to just buy like the pre-made baskets.
Oh,
like the ones that are already set up that basically have all those things in there. A little toy, chocolate, candy, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do for Maverick. I can't remember what I got him. I don't think I got him anything last year, did I? I must have. I know the first year when he was 1, we just did a, what are they called? Easter egg hunt.
Oh.
In the house. It was also raining, and he was only 1 year old, so.
That makes sense, yeah. Hopefully it's not raining.
Yeah, it usually is around here. I want to take him to one of the big Easter egg hunts. This year, I think, would be the first year that he could do it. There's one when I was younger that was around here, and I liked it because it was a big Easter egg hunt. Of course, those ones are just kind of like, they're scattered all over the lawn, so hundreds of kids can just run out and grab them. But I liked it was separated by age groups.
Yeah, when we lived in Hot Springs, their town had one.
Oh, okay.
And it was separated by age as well. And so the group,
Yeah.
it'd be like, I mean, the older kids, there would be like a larger age gap.
Right.
But like for the younger kids, it was like the 1-year-olds, the 2-year-olds, the 3-year-olds.
Yes.
Because there's such a very vast distinction between them.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like after, I think ours was like after 9 years old, then it was just.
Kind of a free-for-all for everybody else.
Until I think they only did it up to 16.
Oh, okay.
I think.
If I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, we only did it the 1 year, but I'm pretty sure they even had an adult.
Oh, really? That's cool.
I think so.
Yeah.
It wasn't exactly the same. And there was less eggs, and they were all like, I think you get little prizes and stuff. Do you hear that?
It is. I think it's buzzing.
Are you buzzing? You are buzzing. Okay. I'm like, what is that sound? Jesus. Go just like tuck that right in there. There we go. I thought I was like breathing weird into the mic or something.
No.
But then I'm like, what is that? Am I whistling? What is going on here? But yeah, so you like win little prizes and stuff. And I mean, that was a lot of fun. That was actually my first experience of doing like the, like a community one. Oh, okay. And it was because Thomas's family had did it and they all lived there. And Anna was too little to do it, but I got to watch it.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like with those events is, as I've mentioned and Kaylee's mentioned previously, we're not really into like a religion.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I remember growing up when we would go to those, it's a whole like almost a church service before you actually get to it.
Yeah.
I think there was an option you can come after it.
Yeah.
To do it.
That's what we did.
But my mom's an early bird to everything, so we would just always go whenever we could.
That makes sense. Yeah, we always skipped the church service part of it.
Yeah.
And then just went to their outside little location that they had.
Right. And I know some people think it's weird. They're like, well, if you don't celebrate the religion side of it, why are you celebrating it? People say that about Christmas too. Like, well, if you don't believe in Christ or whatever, then...
Well, neither of those are Christian holidays.
I know. They're all pagan holidays.
Yeah. It's like they've been down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Jesus was, Jesus was not born on Christmas.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Right. I think several Bibles deny that claim.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think it's like the day that because nobody really knows. There's like there's some Christian historians or whatever that think that he may have been born in the summer months, but they aren't fully sure.
Yeah.
But there is nothing that specifically says like Christmas Day, so I think that's just kind of when everybody was just like, well, since we don't know, let's make it this day.
Right.
And we're gonna take your holiday.
Yeah. It's crazy because I don't have a problem with religion in itself. Michael and I were just having this deep conversation. Sorry to get into religion. If you don't like this, skip forward.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this the other day. I have no problem with religion. And I think a lot of the core values are good.
Oh, of course.
You know, like
most of the 10 commandments and stuff.
Love your neighbor, like be kind, be helpful, don't do bad things. You know, I think the core is great. I also believe that there is something out there. Mm-hmm. You know, I believe in the Spirit. I believe that, you know, there's something more that we just can't wrap our heads around. And I think a lot of people just say, well, that's God, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't like, and I've always been this way. I'm a questioning person.
Me too.
I have a hard time putting my belief into something that's absolute without having like proof.
Yeah. And I mean, I agree with you on that part. Mm-hmm. I kind of go a step further, and I don't normally like talking about this per se because it is very controversial, but I'll very quickly just kind of bring it up. I don't like the infinite punishment for a finite crime aspect of things, like that you're going to go to hell if you disagree with these things or whatever, you know, for something that is so finite,
right?
And to have no other option of redemption ever, that seems like a bit too harsh for me, and it just kind of seems like, well, I feel like an all-loving being would not have that,
right? Exactly.
And so for me, that's my biggest question, is like, why is it like that,
right?
And there's also like well, you know, a lot of Christian people will say, you know, well, what if you're wrong? It's like, well, I choose to believe because I would rather be wrong and not miss out on anything, you know, versus, you know, I would rather be, what am I trying to say? They would rather be wrong and there not be a God than be wrong and there be a God.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
The fear.
Whereas, like, I mean, there's like, what, thousands of gods?
And that's the thing, is like, that's what makes me believe that there is something, because everywhere around the world, there's so many different versions, but that also makes me question, why are we only saying that this version is correct?
Yeah, and for me, I'm just like, well, I only believe one less God than you. Your odds are pretty much equal to mine.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And so that's just kind of, you know, my perspective on it. I also didn't grow up in a religious household, so I wasn't ever, like, taught any of that stuff.
Same.
My husband grew up in a religious household, but he has somewhat adopted my beliefs. He still believes that there is a God. He just doesn't, like, full out worship God anymore.
And I think a lot of people are like that.
Yeah.
They have a belief, but they don't, like, go to church. They don't, like, read their Bible. They don't
exactly
practice.
And I have several friends who are, like, very, very religious, and like, I have zero problem with somebody believing in a God. If that makes them a better person, phenomenal.
Exactly.
Like, you know, great.
Exactly.
And I think that that's beautiful. If that's the relationship that you want to have with a higher power that you believe in, then that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that for you. It just doesn't work for me.
Right. And I think that's my biggest problem with religion, is that if I question, or if I don't exactly believe in what you believe, don't push it down my throat.
Yeah.
And don't say that I'm a bad person because I don't believe what you believe, kind of a thing. Yeah. That's my biggest issue. Because like I said, I do believe in something. I don't have a word for it. I don't have a definition of it. And I know most people will come back and say, well, that's God, you know, you got to have faith. And it's just, I just don't like to put that label on it, I guess.
Yeah. Because the label is it feels very man-made versus just allowing myself, and also yourself too, to just have a relationship with whatever that spirit is and whatever manifestation that they put themselves in, you know, whatever it is. Yeah. If I put a label on it, I have a risk of being wrong. Yeah. If I just let it be, then I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. And I think that God is a comfort for a lot of people.
It is.
Having that belief. And I can totally see why having that belief is, especially the people who they let all of their worries go, and they always say, like, I put it on God. Like, God will take care of this for me.
It's like, if that helps you not overwhelm yourself, by all means, go for it.
I was even telling Michael, I was like, I wish that I could be that person. Right. Because I feel like that would feel so comforting. But I'm not going to pretend that I'm somebody that I'm not. And I know some people will say, well, if you just constantly are saying that to yourself and believing that, and, you know, you do the work, then, you know, whatever. But I just, that just doesn't work for me. But I can see how that would feel so good to just, like, take your worries, and send them off. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I don't feel like you need to have a specific religion in order to do that. And I think that's where a lot of people disagree.
Right. Yeah.
And then back to the point of what this was about was the holidays aspect of it.
Yeah.
Ain't none of you gonna sit here and tell me that a giant fluffy rabbit shitting out eggs is related to Jesus.
Yeah. Make it make sense.
Like, it's not that purposes of things change over time.
Right.
And Easter is very much not
Yeah.
a religious thing anymore.
Right.
Like, obviously there is a religious side of it. You can choose to go to church and learn about whatever Easter is supposed to mean in Christianity.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Her fertility or whatever, the fact that she conceived him.
I have no idea.
Whatever.
Isn't it like the he is risen, or is that
Christmas? Is that what it is? Oh, fuck if I know.
I don't know.
Maybe it's
I
the
always
day
see
he
the
rose?
signs. He has risen.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
But what's
see, there's
funny
my thing.
is, like,
I don't know.
if you go back to the basics of it, like, the rabbit is meant to represent the fertility.
Because they are rabbits.
And then the egg is supposed to represent the egg.
Yeah, literally.
Like, and then we've made it cutesy over the years. But it's just,
it's the god of fertility is what it's based off of, which is,
and that's why, like,
pagan,
like Jehovah Witness, they don't celebrate any of the holidays because they know that these were all originally pagan holidays.
Yeah, exactly.
And so they're like, I'm not gonna. Nope. Sorry,
Yeah,
you can't fool me. You know?
Exactly. And then same with, like, Christmas, you know, like, it's become more about the family aspect.
Yeah.
And of course there is, like, the adopted religion aspect of it, and that if you celebrate that, fantastic.
Right.
I don't feel like somebody has to be religious though to participate in these holidays.
Right. Right. And that's kind of what I'm getting at too, is just like, I don't know why, especially because they've been made so, what's the right word? Commercialized?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, I don't know. I have a good time celebrating it. Just
it's
as
fun.
A special day, as a
Yeah.
fun day. I'm not celebrating it because of any, like, deep reason.
Exactly. And I mean, kind of the same goes with, like, Halloween and stuff too, just being like, you don't have to not be Christian to celebrate, because there aren't a lot of Christians being like, I don't celebrate Halloween because it's the day of the devil or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's good to just be able to enjoy these times with friends, with family, you know, whatever it is, and have fun with the kids.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Like, at least that's what it's become. You know, it's the kids
And at least
being
that's
able
what
to
it's
do fun
about for
things.
me, and it's about
For
for
me.
you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Just having a good old time.
Yeah.
What's the harm in getting your kid a little basket with some
Exactly.
chocolate and little eggs that have a little surprise inside?
Guarantee that if God is real, he is not going to send me to hell for getting my kid a chocolate bar in a basket.
And not taking them to church.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I choose not to believe that.
Same.
But yeah, Easter's fun. I like the egg hunt. I think that's really fun. And Maverick loved it. Both years that I did it, he was like, another one. Like, just so excited. I really hope that there's good weather, because since Maverick was 1, I guess I should say, I was going to say born, but since he was 1, I really want to do a big egg hunt at my mom's.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Because she doesn't have a lot of property, but she has a good amount that an egg hunt would be fun out there.
That sounds like it'd be fun.
So I'm hoping for good weather.
Fingers
It will obviously
crossed.
have passed, so you guys know if it was good weather or not, but I don't yet.
Yes. Yep. We'll let you know. I don't know if we will. It depends, because by the time this comes out, season 1 will be over, and we will be in season 2, and we might forget to give you guys a whatever. Maybe we'll come back and try to update the description if we remember. We can be like, we did do this, or we didn't. It was rainy. I don't know.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, don't count on it.
Don't count on it, but maybe.
But you'll know.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll be getting our kids the Easter baskets here soon.
Yeah.
I plan on doing it in, like, the next probably 2 weeks or so, getting this stuff for it, so that it's, like,
Yep.
Set aside and ready to go because I don't want to be getting the last pickings.
Minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always hard. And my mom usually does like not like a Thanksgiving Christmas dinner, but she usually does a little bit more than just a regular old dinner. Mm-hmm. She usually will make like a ham and it's like a smaller version of Thanksgiving Christmas dinner.
Yeah, which those are huge. Those are like the potluck type. Yeah. That's what we did anyways this past 2 years.
Yeah. No, I think she usually does like ham, deviled eggs, maybe like one casserole and maybe some potatoes or something. Like small, could just be an everyday dinner if you wanted it to be, but
realistically, yeah.
But we don't eat it every day, so that's why it feels a little upscale.
Yeah. I don't think I ever really have ham unless it's...
That's what I mean. Like, we never just cook a ham. If we're having ham during the year, it's because it's on a sandwich or...
I was going to say, I don't think that
a salad or something.
Even as a kid.
Yeah.
I think it was always just like, if it was ham, it was like, like little diced little ham pieces or like sliced ham on a sandwich. But other than that, it wasn't ever like cooking a ham.
Yeah.
Unless it was a holiday.
Yep. Same.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. You know what's kind of funny is all the major holidays are all within like 6 months of each other.
Oh, true.
October, November, December, and then we skip. I mean, there is, I guess, New Year's Eve and New Year's, whatever, in January. February has Valentine's Day, and then like March, April is Easter.
Yeah.
And then it's like nothing until like the 4th of July.
True, yeah. Skip 2 months, 4th of July, and then you skip what, like 3 months before you get to Halloween is really the next biggest one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's like what, Labor Day or whatever, but that's kind of just you
don't really do anything. I don't
some
people
go
like barbecue or camp or whatever.
Yeah, but it's not like a holiday.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but
right. Yeah, it's not a.
It's more of a holiday,
super celebrated
than like Halloween is, but as far as like celebration wise and what you do, it's not.
And with kids.
Yes.
I think our headspace is always with kids when it comes to like what holidays we're celebrating. Is that a kid-friendly thing? Is that something I could do with my kids? Mm-hmm. If not, well, I'm probably not going to celebrate it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Easter. I always enjoyed it growing up. It was always really fun to like wake up with the Easter basket growing up. Did you, growing up, have, because we didn't actually touch on this yet, did you believe in the Easter Bunny?
I did.
We did too.
It was just like Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy. Mm-hmm. It was just one of those things. I feel like I believed in the Easter Bunny not as long as Santa.
I don't remember.
But I know it was like roughly around the same time. But the Easter Bunny wasn't like made to be such a big deal.
Yeah. Because I know that in some households, not only does the Easter Bunny do the baskets, but the Easter Bunny also lays the eggs in your yard or whatever. Yeah. That part was not something.
We didn't do that either.
Up to a certain point, it was that the Easter Bunny left the baskets overnight.
Yep.
But it was never the Easter Bunny did the eggs, because when we were doing real eggs, my mom was like, we're not leaving eggs out there until whatever time we go out there.
Right, exactly. Especially real ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we tend to hide the plastic ones.
See, that's what we did too.
Because I think we hid the real ones one year, and then as you're finding them, they break. And then if you can't find one, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm. And the plastic ones, that would either be like candy or like a couple bucks or some coins and stuff. And that was always a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. Growing up, we had to, we didn't get to keep the money that we got. We had to like put it in a pile and then divide it equally. Oh. So, one person wasn't getting all of the, all the money, and then everybody else not.
Yeah.
The candy you found was yours. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you could trade if you wanted.
Right.
Like, I don't like a crisp. Oh my God. What is the K? Like red chocolate.
Oh. Crispy?
Crackle?
Crackle.
Is it crackle? I don't know. Crunchy? Something. It starts with a K and it's red and it's a chocolate little.
Has like little rice puffs in it.
Yeah. That. Like, I don't like
Crunch bar.
These.
It's a Crunch bar.
Is it?
It's got to be a Crunch bar.
I have no idea. Anyways, I don't like this. I want this one. And you trade with your sibling or whatever. Yeah. That's what we always did.
I do remember that. Mm-hmm. I did see a cute thing that I probably won't do, but I did think that it was really cute and very time consuming. It was that you go out like the day before Easter and you put jelly beans in the yard, and then your kids go to sleep, and then you go out, you pick up all the jelly beans, and you put suckers, and it's like they sprouted suckers overnight.
I feel like one of Thomas's uncles did that.
I think it's such a cute, fun idea, but
I can't fully remember.
It seems like such a process.
See, this is where times where I'm like, I wish I did want to do the magical creatures because, you know, whatever. But I mean, it's still fun otherwise. It's just, oh my God, so much work. And it only lasts a couple of years and then they, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, because we believed in the Easter Bunny, but now the way that we're teaching our kids is that the Easter Bunny isn't real. Some people believe in him. We're not going to ruin it for other people.
Right.
But this is a gift from mom and dad.
Yeah.
Is how we do it.
Yep.
Especially with Thomas's schedule and stuff. We, you know, with like Valentine's Day, we didn't give it to them on Valentine's Day.
Right.
We gave it to them the day before. Granted, Valentine's Day doesn't have a Valentine's fairy or whatever.
Yeah, Cupid. But
true.
But he's not leaving stuff for kids.
Now he's shooting people in the ass.
Yeah. Because that's normal.
That's normal. But like with the Easter Bunny, you know, it might end up being like, you know, Dad would miss that.
Right.
And a lot of times, and he might only get 1 year where he actually sees it. And so for us, it's just like, it's just not.
Yeah.
And I don't think it ruins it.
No.
At all.
Like, just like Christmas. I mean,
yeah.
I think, you know, I like to just tell Maverick, because when he sees these things on TV or he sees these things at the mall, like, you know, yeah, it's there, but I guess I don't really sit there and say, like, that's just a person, you know, when, like, he sees a mascot or whatever. But I'm not here sitting telling him that he's, like, this bunny's coming in our house and leaving you a little basket.
Yeah.
I just don't like the coming in the house part.
Yeah. That's my biggest.
I really don't. I think if I were to ever, I'm not, because I've already decided that we're not, but if I were to ever do like a Santa Claus Easter Bunny type thing, I probably would have done it where it's like they leave it on the porch. Because isn't that how Santa Claus was? Like, you leave your boots on the porch and then they fill them. In like a different country.
I think so. I know the stockings was because they would hang their stockings up to dry.
Right. I thought there was something about like you put your boots outside and then they fill your boots up or something. I don't know. But I just don't like the idea of telling my kids that this person, even though it is supposed to be a happy miracle, whatever creature, comes into our house. That's the part that really bothers me.
Yeah. The other thing too is that, like, is it the Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen or whatever? They have all of the different people that come. I think it's like Santa Claus 3 with Jack Frost.
Oh, yes.
They have like everybody comes and it's like the Tooth Fairy. Yes. You got, you know, whatever. So it almost feels like you have to believe in all or nothing, because how do you explain that Santa Claus is sitting there with the Sandman if you don't do the Sandman?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like,
that's a hard one to decipher.
Yes. And there's like other movies and stuff too that do similar things. Like, what is it, Guardians?
Yes.
Or whatever. I do actually really like that movie. It's a cute movie. I like Santa's tattoos.
Yeah, that is a good one. I didn't watch that one this year.
We don't either. I don't really think of that as like a Christmassy movie.
Not.
It's kind of just like an all the time whatever. Maybe I can put that on the kids.
Yeah.
Later today when I'm attempting to
nap.
Yeah. But like how do you know, because a lot of those things do kind of intertwine with each other.
Yeah.
How do you do one but not the other, and explain that if a child asks?
Right.
And so that's where I'm just like,
yeah,
it's just easier not to. It
I
doesn't
just don't think
make
it's necessary.
No, it doesn't make it any less special. I mean, think about it. Like, is Christmas ruined when they find out that there's no Santa?
Right.
But like Easter is still a lot of fun. It's like, it's not like the after they find out at 6 years old,
right,
that the holidays ruined. They still have a lot of fun, and I think that that's what I wanted to have. Is I didn't ever want there to like them to have like that tainted image of the holiday, even if just for a short time. Yeah, because that first year after they find out is just miserable.
I feel like then it's almost a little bit less magical,
right?
Because it's been built up so much to then just find, oh, But it's just mom and dad.
Especially if you are the oldest and you are the one who finds out first.
Right.
And you have to pretend for the younger kids.
Yep.
And sometimes you have to sit there and pretend for years and years and years and years and years. Because I had to pretend up until I was like 11 or 12.
Oh, yeah.
And it was annoying.
Yep. I had to for the longest time.
Yeah.
Because Brady's 11 years younger than me.
Yeah, so you had to do it for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think even after I moved out, he still believed in Santa.
So you're like, yeah.
And so I had to be like careful about what I said too.
Exactly.
Even just to my mom in passing and whatever.
Exactly. And so like I feel like this way then you're not like going to get mad at your oldest kid for accidentally ruining it or whatever.
And then for the parents, if your oldest kid, like let's say you did do Santa, now Anna doesn't believe in Santa Claus, you still have to get her a Santa gift. Or then the other kids are going to be like, why didn't Anna get a gift?
Yeah. Exactly.
And then it's just like, okay, now we're really feeding into this lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's just easier. And, you know, like we were saying, just the magic is still there, even if you're not playing into it being actual magic.
Right.
They can still have a lot of fun. They can still enjoy the day. They can still like interact with other kids and it not be a problem.
Right.
I mean, that's the fun part.
I've seen the look on my kids' face when they come out for Christmas, Easter, whatever I'm doing. You've seen the look on your kids' face. We both don't do Santa. They're having a blast.
They're having a blast. They don't give a shit.
They're so excited. They're like, oh my God, presents.
Yeah.
Like they're fine. They're with their family. And that's the other thing too is, you know, I don't want it to always be about them getting.
Exactly.
And so.
Apologize if you can hear kids running around in the background.
Sorry, I don't know what they're doing. They're sprinting.
They are. It's all good.
But yeah, I don't want it to always be about the getting. I want it to be about the giving too. So
giving and the family and all of that. Whereas if, you know, it's just, this is just what works for us.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I'm not against anybody that believes in the Easter Bunny or believes in Santa or whatever. Not. Like, if
and we would never ruin it for your kids.
Never. Yeah, if that's what works for your kids. Most of my friends, that's what they do for their kids. They believe in that, or they at least talk about it or whatever. I don't, you know, it's not hurting me any.
Yeah, one of the things that we teach in our house is that if somebody else says, you know, Easter Bunny, Santa, whatever, just let them believe. They are allowed to believe. You don't get to correct them.
Right.
It's like, because everybody is different. Everybody believes different things.
I remember this last Christmas. Can't remember who asked him, but somebody asked Maverick, oh, what'd Santa get you for Christmas this year? Maverick said, nothing. And the person, I can't remember who it was. I think we were at a store or something. And the person was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm sure, okay. Like, you're sure he didn't get you anything? And Maverick's like, no, nothing.
That is really funny.
And I was like, oh God, they're going to think I like hate my kid.
That is so funny. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Good times.
That's funny. But so I hope that you guys enjoyed Easter.
Yes.
I'm curious if you guys do, you know, the Easter Bunny and stuff like that, and what your guys' traditions are. Do you guys do Easter baskets? What goes in it? Do you guys do the egg hunt? Do you do it with real eggs? Do you decorate eggs?
Yeah.
It's a million different things. Do you do anything fancy dinners?
Yeah, fancy dinners. Do you do anything unique, like the little sprouting of the suckers in the yard?
Oh, yeah.
What you do?
What do you do? Curious.
Yeah.
Would love to know. And I'm going to go before my voice cracks again and
and my children break through the walls in here.
And we will see you guys next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.